Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Dave Adams. This is the third and final video on the topic of HTML elements. We're going to discuss the other classifications of HTML elements. The first types of elements in this video are the semantic elements. Semantic elements clearly state their purpose to the browser. In earlier videos, I mentioned the fact that HTML is a language that the browser understands. Now, these kinds of elements tell the browser exactly what they are. The browser knows their purpose. For instance, you want to write an article, you use the article tag, and the browser knows that this tag contains an article. So examples of semantic elements are article, aside, nav, footer, header, and so on. Non-semantic elements, on the other hand, are the opposite of semantic elements. So they do not state a clear purpose to the browser. Examples of these are div and span. Now, for these kinds of elements, between different developers, the classes and IDs may suggest, and comments may suggest the purpose of such elements, but the browser does not explicitly know what exactly they are doing or the purpose for these elements. The next ones are the self-closing elements. These are elements that have only an opening tag or a self-closing tag. Examples of such elements are HR, BR, image. And these elements may fall under semantic or non-semantic, mostly semantic. Lastly, we're going to talk about non-self-closing elements. And these elements can be described as elements that have a closing tag as well as an opening tag. Examples are div, section, paragraph, heading tags, link tags, and all that. Some non-self-closing elements may fall under semantic elements and others may fall under non-semantic elements. Now, this is the code from the previous video, which was on block and inline elements. We're going to clear this heading tag and we're going to try and mimic a basic template for a website. Let's say we have a website with a nav bar. We're going to use the nav elements to explicitly tell the browser that our navigation content is going to go here. So I'm just going to place some text within. Now next, we also want to use our main elements to tell the browser that the main content is going to go in here. And then finally, we're going to go with our footer to tell the browser that our footer content is going to go here. And these are examples. I'm going to leave a comment here. And this is an example of a basic template using semantic elements. Now we also want to use non-semantic elements. We have our div. These are examples of non-semantic elements. They don't explicitly tell the browser that, oh, I'm a navigation bar or something. But adding a class or an ID might tell another developer that this is where this guy stored his navigation content, or using comments, which is also a good thing. Next, we're going to move on to self-closing elements like images. We can see that the image doesn't have a closing tag. The image source is going to go into this attribute, this source attribute. There's also the HR. There's the BR, and so on. There are so many examples. You can research on the various examples to get more self-closing elements. Finally, we want to talk about non-self-closing elements, which we've already used today. We've used a lot of them. They fall under both non-semantic and semantic elements. So div, span, nav, footer, main, aside, article, all these ones fall under non-self-closing elements, and these are the conventional elements that we normally use. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about HTML attributes.